cigar that way.
Yo, it's the Shadow Smokers Legion, fun, family, and smoke. Rockin' with Phoenix Fresh rhymes, they stronger than no. About to break it off with the illest of crews, led by the man Tony Wang, making his vision come true. Now let me take you on a ride. We got love for cigars, from the east to the west, only the brightest of stars. I screen in the scene, little guy with the shop, shadow gazing around. You know where they gonna stop. Cigar mechanic don't panic when he's repping his brand. Escadillo and more, smooth as sticks in the land. Hashimoto's around, jumping live in the chats. Asian orange and more, his button's famous in fact. Cigars, pipes, whiskey, coffee, and more. Turbo jetting around, Tim with the dopest of pours. What's that? Huh? One wheel and reviews? Martin in the house, sharing the latest smoke news. Need to pick me up? Get to Southeast US. Bob and Chief in the mix, you know they saying God bless. We got that journey, voyage, private blends for the crew. Celebrating with coins, repping that dope swag too. Now I'm about to sign off, you know it's time for that audit. Light up the group with my post, you know I'll rock it and sock it. But remember y'all, Legion, it lives with a passion. From a man in the shadows, ayo, the Soy Sauce Assassin. So cut it, light it, love the smoke from your region. After all we connect, it's through the power of Legion.
Okay. All right. Hey guys, Tony the Soy Sauce Assassin. It's Wednesday. Even though I kind of did do a chat yesterday, and today I literally overslept. I feel like crap. I don't know if like you guys feel the same way. Like when you have a long sleep that you shouldn't have, you get up feel like shit, and that's what I did. I get up feeling like shit, and I've been feeling like shit all day. Like literally, even up to an hour ago, I still have headache, and then finally it's like, you know what? I'm gonna go have an Advil, gonna have some coffee, and for those people who doesn't know, coffee actually helps with headache, so that's why I'm having coffee right now. And we have Albert on today, and I don't know who else is gonna be on later on. So you know, our typical stuff. And today, you can see I'm not on the other side because this room is like 80 something degrees until just now. I had like AC door open, have the air draw down, but it was hot, so I cannot be in the middle. It's that hot. I need the fan right next to me. So we're smoking the knob today. We're debunking the knob. Here we go. So you can see the knob is a lot smaller than the average cigar, right? So that's like no secret. That should be no secret, right?
The 4-inch, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's no secret that, you know, it's missing a chunk, right? It's missing a chunk. However, according to study, they last just as long as an average cigar. So I'm gonna smoke it. I'm gonna see if it lasts 1 hour and 15 minutes, like a Robusto should have. Because what they're saying is that even though we'll give you less, it's not less.
Is that what ring gauge is that?
You know what? I can look it up. Let me look it up. Nub.
Is that the 4x60 or is that a different ring gauge?
That is the Maduro 460, right? So.
Wow. Okay. Well, 60 ring gauge, right?
So let's just for the sake of it.
All right, get a ruler out, man. Double check. We're doing science, right?
I don't have a ruler here. Hey, actually, I might.
Hey, Jason, Cat.
This will have to do. Okay, it is 4 inches by almost 1 inch. Almost 1 inch circumference. So 4x60, because the whole inch will be 64,
64.
right? Yeah. So there we go. A knob. You know, the knob. You know how knob has a lot of like flavor ones too. Those knob are actually not bad. So, but according to the knob, this is the sweet spot. If you start out with this, the entire cigar is good. according to knob. So, you know, I know a lot of people have tried this out, but for science, we will test this out on a timer, right? So, let's go.
Man, I got a Cameroon in my room too, man.
You know, knob make good cigars. I mean, technically, knob is Oliva, right? So, they're good cigars.
Well, shit, I should probably go get a Cameroon, huh, and smoke it.
Do it.
I'm doing it, man. I put my other cigar down. Crap.
I go get cigars. So we'll give a few minutes so he can come back. We can time it together. All right. By the way, I want to say hi, Kat, Juan, Carlos, Jason, Martin, and Joseph. Quick, rare. I haven't seen Quick for a while. Quick is finally kind of back up for a while. So it's all good. Hopefully this headache will die down. This headache is annoying. This is why I don't like to sleep, because when I sleep, I rarely wake up refreshed. I really rarely wake up refreshed. I don't know. It's just not for me. You know, if I don't sleep, I might feel tired, but when I sleep, like over a specific amount of hours, which I don't know how many. Usually anything more than 8 hours or 6 hours. So it's gotta give me like waking up feeling really like nasty. You know, my throat is dry, my head is tired, you know, maybe headache, dizziness, all kind of weird stuff. So I don't like to sleep long. I like to kind of have short sleeps. Here we go. Cut it. Let's light it together and time it. So right now it's 9:10. 9:10.
Oh, I got an extra hour to burn. It's 8:10 for me, so.
Well, 9:10 for me, so it's for timing purposes.
Oh, time. Okay, I was fixing to say.
I'm gonna toast it good too.
I have some of those harvest ones, man.
You what?
I have some of those harvest ones. They're the flavored ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got about 3 or 4 left. Tastes. I don't want to say. It kind of tastes a bit like pumpkin in a way.
The cappuccino ones are good, so I actually like that. But like, you know,
I like the espresso best. The cappuccino's a little creamy.
Mm-hmm.
But the espresso tastes more like coffee to me.
Yeah, I like the creaminess, so I go with the cappuccino a little bit. But like, you know, in the end, I think the base note are the same. It's just one is more creamy, right?
All right.
So yeah, I used to buy a bunch of knob. Right? When I'm a beginner smoker, I buy a lot of knob because I feel like knob is shorter, so it must burn faster. And you know, they have the flavor ones, and they don't look like a lot, so it's less intimidating, right? You don't think about it. You don't actually go time it when you're as a beginner. So I smoke it as a beginner, not timing it and thinking that this is actually a smaller cigar.
Right.
But as time goes, you realize that maybe that's not true. And I have a lot of people that tells me that afterward. They're like, oh, knob is actually not any shorter. I mean, because the ring gauge, it actually burns a lot slower. It actually doesn't go through as fast as you think. And the amount of tobacco that you have in here is technically at least a Robusto. Right? If you shrink this down, kind of like taper it down, it will be like a Robusto. So, you know, supposedly this should burn somewhere in the 1 hour range. And today's test is just figure out how long we can actually smoke this knob. I mean, knob is not a bad cigar. I mean, I wouldn't say knob is a bad cigar. They do have some 4 or 5 variations aside from the thinner flavor ones, and they're not bad. I think that out of the lineup there is 2 or 3 that does not have any flavor. It's just regular tobacco, right? So the one
4.
4.
Yeah,
Which
Maduro,
is it?
Connecticut, Maduro, Connecticut, Cameroon, and Habano.
Maduro, Connecticut, Cameroon, and Habano.
Yeah.
There's one more. I think there is one more. I can't remember. I think there's a few. There are a few. So, I'm looking for it right now. There should be one more. Shit. What are they?
I don't know, man. Oh, hold on. Yeah, there's a
Maduro Turbo?
blue cigar. It's like a blue. It's got like a blue.
There's one more. I know there's one more.
Sumatra.
Sumatra? Is this a Sumatra?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Sumatra. It's like a real light blue, baby blue kind of a thing.
Okay. Yeah, so there is one more, and there is one particular one that's actually in the torpedo end. There's a one that's torpedo end too.
Yeah, they do. I think all of them are. They all do torpedoes too.
I thought only one did torpedo.
I think I've seen somewhere they're all torpedoes, but maybe not. It's definitely Cameroon though.
It's Maduro 464T.
Well, yeah, they all do torpedoes. I'm looking at torpedoes. Yeah, I'm looking at a sampler that has the Cameroon, the Maduro torpedo. Yeah.
Well, there you go. So there's torpedo, and there
Box
is regular,
press.
and I think the torpedo is actually an inch, so it's 464. So they have
like a 464. Then they have a 466 box press torpedo.
I have not seen the box press one before.
I think that'd be good because, man, these things are packed. Like this, you could drive a car on this thing, man. You build a log cabin with this thing, man.
But yeah, and they're not too expensive. 20 of those cost about, I would say about $80 online or something like that, roughly. When you buy the sampler packs and stuff like that, there's a lot of places that has these on sale, and they're
on sale. They're all over.
They're always on sale.
At least does a good job at being on sale.
Oh, Levi does a good job at being on sale, yeah. So they're always on sale. So it's like, if you think about that, that's like about $4 a cigar. $4 to $5 a cigar. Yeah. So
yeah, they had to go to Nuance, man. They had to stop calling it cafe.
Why did they stop calling it a cafe?
I think because of the food kind of connotations.
Or maybe because like a Macanudo cafe and stuff like that, try to kind of stay away from the same image.
I don't. I think it had to do with the FDA.
But Macanudo cafe is still called cafe.
It's called Nuance now.
Macanudo?
No, not Macanudo. Sorry.
Macanudo cafe is still called Macanudo cafe.
So this cafe, yeah, right, but that cafe might refer to a different kind of a thing, whereas this one definitely dealt with coffee flavors. See what I mean? So there's more of a tie-in. I don't know. All I know is they went to Nuance, and they call it a double shot and single shot and all that kind of shit.
They have a contest of how long you can smoke a cigar, and they do it with the 5x38 or something. The winner would smoke for hours. Yeah, I mean you could just try to keep it lit and smoke it really slow, but then that kind of defeats the point, right? I mean, for us as a consumer, should be how long can we get our cigar and will we get our money worth, right? Will we get our money worth? Like the point is that I want to get my money worth for what I spend and not get tricked and not feel like, hey, Nub, you sell me a quarter, 2/3 of a cigar for a full cigar price. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to feel that way.
I used to laugh because people would come in and oh yeah, I'm gonna get this because it'll smoke fast. I was like, oh, okay.
Right? I mean, you don't want to feel that way, right? So I want to see, for sure this time timed. Can we get at least an hour and maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes on it? If you give hour 10 minutes, you're roughly at the Robusto size, right? So at that point, sure, okay, we're not getting 2/3 of a cigar.
Yeah, he said he made that mistake too.
Yeah. He thought, I made that same mistake. I was like, oh, it's got to be a small cigar. I'm only got to just spend 2/3 of the time to smoke it. It's not going to be a long time. This should last you at least an hour. Right now we're about almost 10 minutes in. We get a little bit nice ash going on. So it's not bad. It tastes good. Tastes like Maduro. Goes well with coffee. Goes really well with coffee. So.
Well, there's definitely some nub heads, man. There are some folks that love nub, man.
Oh, there are some die-hard fans for nub, but then at the same time they also smoke a lot of Oliva as well. So they're like the same brand. I actually didn't even think about nub recently. Because I haven't been smoking it recently. Until I bought this, right? And obviously with the package it comes with a hat, and I got another nub hat, and that's the second nub hat I have. I was like, I kind of miss nub.
Was it the little white one?
Yeah, the white one. I kind of miss nub. I haven't smoked nub for a while, so I've been thinking about for today, to smoke for a week now.
Mark don't like Cameroon, huh?
Not everybody like Cameroon though, but funny. You know how Cameroon and Sumatra are technically the same? They're the same seed, just playing in different places. Okay, so one is in Indonesia, the other one's Africa, right? But there are some people that absolutely hates Cameroon, but absolutely love Sumatra. Yeah. Huh? But they're technically the same thing. It's like, which one would you like? Would you eat bacon, or would you just eat lean pork? Well, they're technically the same, Yeah.
Oh, actually, I don't know. It's probably not the same, but smoked bacon versus just regular unsmoked bacon. Unsmoked bacon is like nasty.
I eat unsmoked or uncured bacon.
I don't like it, man.
Unsmoked, uncured bacon actually tastes, I don't know, in my opinion, saltier. Technically, they're not saltier, but they taste saltier.
I think they call it salt pork, what they call it.
Yeah. But they have less of this preservative and coloring, caramel coloring and stuff like that. Yeah. So, when you're on a diet, you try to eat healthier, and that's what I use.
I was disappointed. I know that.
I can tell I got fatter by just the hat is tighter. I definitely got fatter over the past few weeks of eating a lot and try to keep the energy up, working a lot, and not sleep. So I can keep myself not sleeping so long I'm eating. Right, so I'm keep eating and just not sleeping, and by the time you go to sleep, the body took care of all those organization in your body, start to disperse all those extra energy somewhere else, and you go poof. That's when you realize, man, I need to take out my fat clothes, which is not too bad because winter is coming soon. So I like to stay fat during the winter time because it's keeping warm.
Right.
Smoking Filthy Viking at the moment, wanted something creamy. Now that Filthy Viking Lancero, it's really nice. And I don't know if the regular one is gonna taste that good. I actually text Tim, asked him, did you change the recipe on the Filthy Viking? And he never responded to me.
He knew you'd talk about it.
Huh?
He knew you would talk about it.
Well, but then he didn't. I'm gonna give him a hard time when I see him. I was like, "Did you change it? Did you change it?"
He needs to get a hard time over it.
I still haven't told him that we're going. So I doubt he watches our video. So I haven't told him that we're going. So when we go there, it's gonna be really funny, because he probably have 4 or 5 people smoking in the lounge, and we have 10, people or so walking in. You guys are talking about bacon now. I want bacon cheeseburger. I had bacon cheeseburger yesterday and the day before. Well, technically not bacon cheeseburger. It's bacon cheese whopper. So I've been benching on food, which is not good. But you know that gives me more time in the day. You know, 24 hours in a day is not enough. Especially if you sleep normal 10 hours, 24 hours a day is not enough. For me at least. So, you know, I need to stay awake. I need to do things. I need to constantly eating. I have to eat and eat and eat and eat. You know, I will skip breakfast though. I will skip breakfast. So I know it's morning, I'll just have a coffee. And I'll skip breakfast. But like, you know, as soon as lunch comes, it's just straight talk, eating. So like, you know, I usually eat lunch about 1 or 2 o'clock. So from 2 o'clock, I'll eat lunch. And then by the time I finish, it's roughly 3 o'clock. And 3 o'clock, I'll start snacking on stuff. You know, beef jerky or something like that, bacon, cereal, whatever you can think of. Like if I have it, I'll eat it. And then by 5 o'clock, it's dinner time for my wife, so I'll be eating dinner. I'll just keep eating until roughly 7 something. And that's if I don't smoke for the day. Now, if I smoke at 9, I will continue to bench on food, like instant noodle and stuff like that, by 11:30. So when I'm done with here, I go upstairs, instant noodle is ready. I'm start eating. Right? And then I go back to work. I get back to work and, you know, by 2 or 3 o'clock, I have a coffee. And then once you kind of focus on work with the coffee, you kind of don't pay that much attention what's going on. And then when I see James go on, I know it's about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. It's like my clock now. Like when that thing starts, like at corner of my like eyesight, right? Peripheral vision, yeah. On the side of my eyes, I will see the chat start to move. And then when it starts to move, I was like, oh, James awake. And I look at the time, it's about 8 or 9 o'clock. That's when I go to get another coffee. And I'll continue that cycle for a couple of days. And then finally passed out. Like I will literally just work and then I'll move my mouse and then just all of a sudden go. Like right now, if I do this, I might fall asleep. So that's how my day just cycles. So maybe 2 days I'll probably sleep for a few hours. I will use it until my body literally says, "Hey, I give up." For now, your brain's gonna fry. I give up, and then you'll pass out, because you know I feel like my body's gonna let me know when it can't take it anymore, and that's usually where I worked until, right? And then I'll pass out, and usually I'll wake up from the first noise. If I pass out, right? Basically, if I passed out in the middle of the night, let's say 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, I will wake up. Because my wife has multiple. My wife was one of those person that one alarm is not enough to wake her up.
Multiple.
You need alarm at 6, 6:15, 6:30, 6:45, 7. You know, she's one of those that needs like 5 different alarms and to finally get up at maybe 8. So her first alarm will wake me up, and when she wakes me up, you know, oh yeah, I got 3 hours sleep, good. I keep going. You know. So that's usually how I handle my day. Which is kind of weird when I travel. When I travel, my days are opposite, right? So you can imagine right now it will be 9 a.m. So I will actually pass out at night. I don't know, because my, you know, it's like internal clock turned back to normal, Asian time, right? Like I will work very hard during the day. I'll walk and I'll go out and stuff like that. I'll use up the energy somewhere, because in the U.S. you tend to not walk anywhere. Everywhere you drive to, right?
Right.
Because the residential area really doesn't have anything, right? You have house after house. In Asia, residential area has business. You know, convenience store and all that stuff. You can walk to literally a few minutes. Like my apartment in Tokyo. You walk downstairs, like you take the elevator downstairs. You walk about, I don't know, 1 minute, and you get convenience stores. Convenience store after convenience stores.
Talking about the sleeping deal, right? I read somewhere or heard somewhere that you can tell yourself you need to wake up at a certain time, and you'll do that.
Yes, it's possible, but the thing is that most people don't realize it. So, like to say, I'm gonna get up at 6. You'll probably wake up at 6 and go back to sleep and not realize that you did.
Well, yeah. You have to.
So, and then when you get up, it's like, oh, it doesn't work. Oh, it did work. You just don't realize it did. Like you woke up. You woke up. You turn to the side and you sleep again, right?
Yeah, you give up. It's one of those things where like you have to put it in your head that it's super damn important you wake up at a certain time and get up. So yeah, it's a psychological thing, I think, personally.
Yeah, it does. I mean, there are a few times where I know I was like, we're gonna get a few hours sleep before I hit the airport, and I will wake up with obviously I tell my wife not wake me up at this time, whatever, right? But like she usually forget, but I tend to have that mindset that I need to get up in 20 minutes, in an hour. And then I will wake up maybe 10-15 minutes before my desired time.
Okay, but I call exception on the 2 hour thing. If it's 2 hours, I'm like, I'll sleep through that.
No, well, to me, 2 to 3 hours is full sleep.
I overslept that way because it's like, oh, shit, But anyway, yeah.
But for me, 2 to 3 hours is full sleep. So that is actually a full sleep for me.
Like,
I wake up full sleep. Right? So it's all about how you organize your, physical clock. Right? Your body knows when it's 24 hours. Your body knows about when. It's not exact, but about when.
Sure.
Right? So, it does work. And then, there are times where you will dream and then you hear alarm in your dream. You're like, wait, what's that noise? And then you're not getting up even though you knew there was alarm going on.
Right.
Uh-oh. He's totally frozen though.
It's alright. He'll catch up.
Oh, here we go. He got up. What's up, everybody?
Yeah. What's going on, everybody?
It is
my Wi-Fi's not even on. I don't know.
I am a thing of mine.
Yeah, let's not go down that road.
Yeah. All right, man. So, you all right?
I'm good. Why?
All right.
Weren't you sick?
Your post?
Yeah, I was dying. I felt like I was dying.
What was it? It's just a cold? Headache?
No. So all last week, starting Monday night, I have been having these weird pains where I wake up in the middle of the night and my whole body is stiff. Like I could not move. I couldn't get out of bed. And it always happened at about 2 a.m. So,
Martin.
Yeah.
It's called being old, dude. Getting older.
I know.
Right.
But basically, these extreme, I'm not talking about just pain. I'm talking extreme pain.
All right.
And so I kind of just dealt with it. Took some ibuprofen. Took a shit ton of ibuprofen, went back to sleep. Woke up in the morning. For the most part, I was fine. I was able to walk. But leading up to this past Sunday night, it just kept getting worse and worse, and I could not walk down my stairs without my legs feeling like they were on fire. Mm-hmm. So Sunday night, 2 a.m., or Monday morning, 2 a.m., went to the hospital, and they basically gave me some Valium and some muscle relaxers, and couldn't really figure out what was wrong with me. So the doctors were talking with Stacy, and they said that they can't say what it is, but they think that it is a combination of arthritis and lupus.
Okay, I can see arthritis being one of the reasons.
So, yeah, basically my legs are swollen, and I went to go see a doctor yesterday, Tuesday afternoon, and they gave me. I basically explained what was going on, and she said, "Okay, well, I can get you on some arthritis medicine." So I am currently on meloxicam and what's the other one? Predosis. It's a steroid.
Okay, it makes sense. Yeah.
So she recommended me to another specialist. What is it? Rheumatologist, something. Basically, an autoimmune doctor specialist. So, yeah, I might have a combination of lupus and arthritis, and
Wow.
yeah.
Okay, hold on. I got one more for you.
But it's kind of weird because you're talking about whole body. Arthritis is actually targets joints. It's not really whole body.
Right. Right. So the doctors are saying that they felt like my body was going through like spasm shock to where my muscles just completely locked, and that's what was causing the pain. It's like excruciating pain.
It sounds more like a lupus than arthritis.
Yeah, and my mom has lupus, so I think that's the early stages of lupus.
Okay.
Oh, good. Wow.
Well, lupus is a chronic disease, so when people get old, usually get it. So. But it's controllable.
Yeah. So yeah, right now I'm taking the steroid and just seeing if that helps. And right now I'm just waiting until I cannot take the pain anymore. So what I've been doing was, since my pain happens when I'm resting, I waited as long as I could yesterday to take the steroid pill, and it was probably about 8 o'clock last night. Woke up this morning and there was still pain, but it was nowhere near the extreme pain that I've had the past week.
No, you need to eat the steroid as recommended because it can actually help your lupus to go to remission. And once it's remission, it usually doesn't come back for a while. Rather than try to get, it's like, here's a control when it's really, really bad. You want it to go into remission, not just control. Yeah. And also stay away from seafood.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Seafood will actually cause joints and tissues inflame, and it actually help your body to say, let's attack it. So stay away from seafood for a little bit.
All right, I got one more. I have one more thought for you on this, though. Okay.
Okay.
Check Stacy's nightstand and see if there's.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, maybe it's not lupus. It's that she's beating you up at 1:30 and then go back to sleep at 2.
Or a voodoo doll, like a voodoo doll. She's putting pins in it.
And then you wake up and say, what's wrong? And you see her, she's already awake. She's like, oh no, what's going on? What's going on? And then she's like hiding her scissors and hammers in the back.
But I'm here, right here for you. I just happen to be awake before you wake up. But yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, but when you have flare-ups of lupus, you wanted to control your diet. That's number one. It helps your body to kind of get used to it again. Like,
right.
It's not so. At this point, your body is so beat up that if you eat something that inflames your joint, you don't know if that's lupus or it's just your joint inflaming. So you want to control your diet. So
yeah, and I think I mean, since last Monday when it first started, um, like I can tell I have arthritis now because it like kick-started everything. So like my middle finger on my left hand, my entire thumb going around, it feels sore. Like I can't hold anything. And I feel like I have like bubble or something right here to where it's just inflamed. So like even holding my coffee today, I went to grab it and I had to grab it with the other hand because I was like, oh shit, it fucking hurts. I can't even hold this shit.
Getting old, man.
Wow. Man, I've been like laying in bed before. Hasn't happened recently, but I'll be laying in bed and I go to turn over and I freaking twist my knee. What the frick, man?
Wow.
Like I couldn't lift my, it's not that I couldn't lift it up, but I didn't think to lift up my foot so that when I turned, it wouldn't twist my freaking knee, man.
I gotta put it out there, okay? Please don't get hurt before the event.
I was just saying, man, like, how does that happen? That it's crazy, man.
Your body sometimes is off sync, and when it's off sync, you don't even know it happened because
because you turn over, like that's the common thing, right?
Yeah.
But for some reason, my foot stays where it is, and then when I turn my leg, I twist my knee.
Wow.
Sharp pain. It sucks.
Yeah.
But that hasn't happened for a while, so.
Yeah. Sometimes I will walk and I'll miss a step kind of thing. It's the same idea. Sometimes the body just like, oh.
Yeah, we think it's rheumatoid
arthritis. It's the rheumatoid arthritis, but the thing is that it targets a specific part of the body. It targets the joint only. It doesn't target the entire body. So if his entire body is kind of hurting, then it's more like lupus.
It's probably lupus, but with arthritis, I feel it in my left hand, my right hand, and yeah, both feet too.
Yeah, the thing is that because it triggered everything together, so you have a joint that's swollen, so it kind of locks up and it hurts, right? Because imagine like a gear that has like a gum inside one of the gear, you just can't turn it, and you force it, you're separating that gear forcefully, and it's gonna hurt. So, I think more likely is lupus, and for the doctors, it's like you have a combination of this and that, just cover their ass. But I think if you had a little bit of control of your diet and then continue to use your medication as instructed, it will actually go to remission. Your body will actually eventually remember, oh, I shouldn't attack myself, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I only have a 5-day supply of the steroids, so I went and got the arthritis is what the next doctor told me to do. She just gave me 30 days worth of that, see how that works.
Yeah, because steroid, you can actually get used to it. That's why, you can't use it too long unless, and you take it for 5 days. If it doesn't help, you wait a little bit. You can try a different steroid. They will just give you a different brand or different type of steroid, and then you'll use that for another 5 days.
Man, I tell you what, one time, man, I couldn't get rid of a cough, man. And they gave me a steroid shot. It was done like in 10 minutes, man. It was gone.
And it's funny how steroid work, because steroid actually just starts your body a little bit, but it doesn't stop that signal. It just overshadows whatever signal that's giving you an issue. So it's like coffee, right?
Gone. 10 minutes later, no more cough, and it was like off to it was back to life.
But if you know the concept of why coughing is happening, you can tell, like, you can have your body ignore that signal and just not cough. So it's more like ignore, right? Like coffee, the same way. You're tired, but your coffee it overshadows everything. It blocks the melatonin. You just don't fall asleep because it's blocking that happening. And steroid is the same thing. Now I use steroid because I have skin issues. I have eczema, and throughout 30 years, I probably used every single kind of steroid out there, minus the shot. I didn't want the shot. So, and eventually your body just kind of get used to it, just know how to deal with it. So, Jason says, I think I have arthritis starting to show in my hands. I'm using tool like I always, no issue. Then there's a time it hurts like heck and hard to hold on to it. Now, I also recommend for people to take cold showers. Cold showers or cold bath. Sports people always take an ice bath. It kind of helps your muscle to kind of relax a little.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like since I hit my 30s, I've got freaking eczema, freaking psoriasis, fucking lupus, fucking arthritis. I'm like, God damn, I'm fucking breaking apart.
Every 7 years, you'll tend to get a new disease or a new allergy.
Yeah.
I wish I was in my 30s again. Shit.
Yeah.
Like, there's some people watching. They know what I'm talking about, man. So.
Once you hit the 30-year mark, you start to see a lot of issues.
30's young, brother.
But that's when it starts. That's the beginning, right? That's the beginning.
Right.
Once you hit 40,
when you hit 30, don't eat a whole fucking pizza, man. Just saying.
And once you hit 40, your body totally just not give a shit about a lot of stuff. That's when things start to fail, right? At 30, the problem starts. When 40, things start to fail. At 50, you learn to deal with those failures and allow them to feel more.
Yeah, you just pay people to do shit for you.
Yeah. But that just tells people, your body has a limit.
Yeah.
Okay. But those people is like, I'm gonna go work out. I'm gonna look like Bruce Lee. Your body has a limit. So somebody's working on their exhaust.
Stupid.
So Mark and Jason, man, they got some good examples too. So you're in good company, brother.
Is that Alan Kota over there driving his exhaust?
Oh my god.
And those people who does bodybuilding, later on in life they gotta deal with more issues because they're wearing out their joint a lot more. They're wearing out their body a lot more. They're working their heart a lot more. And majority of your life is gotta be, half of your life is gotta be cool and good looking and everything. But later on in life, you pay that price. Right?
Mm-hmm.
We only have that much. It's like a car, right? Doesn't matter what car you get, 100,000 miles, that car is kind of breaking down, right? So same thing with human, 100 years, you're going down. So
yeah, even if the car lasts that long, the interior sucks.
Yeah, your freaking roof starts falling down.
Seat, is a lot flatter than it used to be.
Yeah.
The seat's a lot flatter and plush, nice and no wrinkles.
Wow.
Yeah, humans the same way, and that's why a lot of people tend to ask why Asians stay so young, and Caucasians and Black tend to age a lot faster, because Asian don't do shit. We don't do shit. We hire people to do other shit for us. That's the thing, right? We'll go to work and then we'll relax and not do shit. We'll hire, our lifestyle is based on relaxation, right? Taoism, right? Being Zen, being tranquil, Buddhism. It's all tell you to calm the fuck down. Don't do crazy stuff. Go have some tea. Waste your time. And cigar is one of those things, like when you smoke it, go just enjoy a cigar. Don't go do shit. Okay? Like, you're working too hard. People are working too hard. The stress and everything gets them. Take the time. Relax. Calm down. Right? You will last longer that way.
And see, that's another thing the doctors brought up. They asked me if I was under a lot of stress. I'm never really under stress. Like, what? I don't know.
Now, here's the thing, though. Nobody knows they are in stress until they are in stress.
That's what I was thinking, Tony. I was like, how the fuck would he know?
Yeah, you will not know you're in stress.
Nothing bad against you, Martin. I'm just saying, Martin, just how do people know if they're stressed?
Yeah. People are usually stressed. Everybody has some level of stress, okay?
Yeah, because it comes down to like there's a norm. I guess, there's a norm kind of involved. So compared to what? Are you stressed compared to what? That's probably a better way of thinking about it.
That brings up a really funny conversation I had with my wife. Okay. So my wife told me that she read this thing about a psychologist says you should set aside 30 minutes a day and schedule it for panicking, for worrying, for stress.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
30 minutes a day.
Healthy stress.
And I was like, that is full of shit. That is full of shit.
Yeah.
She's like, what do you mean? I was like, think of this way, okay? Let's say your mom is in the hospital, and she's like in the dying bed, and you're gonna say, you know what? I'm not gonna think about it all day. I gotta set aside 30 minutes today, 4:30 to 5 o'clock to worry about it. So you at 4:30 you start screaming, "Oh my God, my mom's in the hospital. What am I gonna do? I don't know what to do. The bills and all this thing. I had to go visit her." And then by 5 o'clock, you're like, "Whew, that's 30 minutes." And the doctor calls at 5:01.
There's something to that.
And the doctor calls at 5:01, and you go, "Hello," and then he goes, "Your mom is in a dire issue right now," and you're like, "Sorry, I already have my 30-minute worry, so talk to me later."
No, I believe it, man. No. That she's onto something with that, man.
You cannot schedule your worry. You cannot schedule your panic.
You can. What you can do is you can put off your worry and consolidate it to a period of time, though.
That's actually inefficient. It's better if you resolve your worry and find a goal or at the closest actionable step to deal with your worry.
Well, I agree with that. But they're not saying like schedule your 30-minute worry for 8 o'clock at night. They're just saying, focus in on it, get it figured out, and then move on with it.
No, they should say just, have 30 minutes to worry. So save all your worries for that 30 minute. And then
that's what she says. That's what the doctor says. Save up all your worries.
Save your worries and then only worry about that 30 minutes.
That's different.
I was like, can you imagine if we just like, I just have my worry time, so talk to me later about it. Tomorrow, 4:30, call me at that time.
What's up, Val?
Like, I think that every worry, every stress came from an issue, right? And there are times where the issue that you cannot solve, there's an issue that you can solve. But the only way to deal with worry that you can actually put it away is to have the closest actionable step. Right? The closest actionable step. Not resolving it. There are things that you cannot resolve.
40 minutes in, brother.
Is it 40 minutes? No.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, it is 40 minutes. So, for example, I told my wife this example, okay? If I was driving and I parked to the side, somebody scratched my car, that's gonna cause me stress. I'm gonna think about it all day. And you gotta say, "Oh, honey, don't think about it." And I could probably say, "You know what? I'm not gonna worry about it until I get to my destination." Okay? But does that actually say I am not gonna think about it? No, you aren't gonna think about that damn scratch. Right? Come on, let's be honest. You will think about that damn scratch until you actually call for insurance and say, they were gonna come on and appraise it. Right? That's the closest actionable step. Instead of saving it for, I'm gonna worry about it 30 minutes later, you could have just called the insurance and have a schedule, and then you won't have to worry about it.
See, Tony, here's the thing, though, right? I've not put off worry sometimes, and I've taken the action, and I've screwed something up because I took action too soon. Where if I would have put off thinking about it or dealing with it, see, I don't call it worrying about it. I say I'm going to put off dealing with it till a later time, and then by that time I was able to think of other options or have other options come available.
Well, like I say, it's closest actionable step. It's not doesn't mean it has to be a resolution. It could be, okay, I'm gonna park this car somewhere and I already decided to call at a specific time. It has to be an action. If there's no action, it's like I'm just not gonna think about it at all. It's impossible. Your brain was always gonna think about it.
Depends. I think that depends, though.
You're saying that you can ignore whatever that happens and not think about it at all.
Listen, I think it's healthy to do that, man. To put off.
And some of the
think about something different.
And some of the closest action could be simply complain about something. Simply vent.
Yeah, of course.
And that's still a closest actionable action. Right?
I mean, I think for me, like, I put off the emotion of it. Like, if I know something's wrong, I say, I like my brain switches into like, okay, how can I fix this and not worry about it right now and not let it ruin what the hell's going on right now. And then later, once it's
there, you go.
Once the problem is being fixed, then you're like, fuck, man, like, how the fuck could this happen?
But that emotion that you put aside causes stress. right? You might not be you might not focusing on it at that moment, but your body is like releasing cortisol here and there everywhere in your body, and that's what causing your body to feel stressed. Your body feels stressed. Your mind might not be. Your body is. That's why I say there are things that you cannot do, and there's things you can do. But then simply vent is an action to release stress. Eating is, and venting is, right? So like they say, eating dark chocolate give you like happy hormone, and you don't really feel happy sometimes, but it's actually try to fight off releasing cortisol in your body.
Yeah.
So it's first actionable step, and it could be venting, could be angry, release that anger. The action of you coming out looking at that scratch and go fuck. That's step one. You release that anger, right? You're expressing it. Imagine those people who just don't say anything, just look, and then just put it in themselves. It's okay. It's okay. It's just a stress. It's just a scratch. It's just a scratch. That's not helping. That's actually just calms their mental, but it's not calming their body.
Unless you can just put that on, like you don't let that bother you. That's a possibility too.
When you say don't let something bother you, that's like trying to tell an angry person to calm down.
Oh, that's true, because you choose what you react to, brother.
Yeah, I get it, Albert. Because I mean, there are times when I'm like, somebody fucking hits my car or whatever. I'm like, it's just a fucking car.
Let me tell you, man. No. And I've got personal experience with this, and we all do, right? But what I'm thinking about is in the classroom. I've got kids who do things that it would trigger me, man. And I'm talking years, not too many years ago, but years ago, trigger, and I would react and make it worse. Now I have kids doing similar stuff sometimes, and I react different. I choose to react different. Still bugs me at times, but because I react different to it, I'm able to handle it better, and so I'm not as stressed.
I don't know. That's the same thing. You're saying that you're ignoring a certain feeling or changing the reaction to a certain feeling. It doesn't resolve the core of the issue.
I still have choice on how to deal with it, for sure.
Yeah, it's a choice on how to deal with it.
I'm not ignoring it. I'm not ignoring it, and this is just okay. I'm not going to worry about it.
But isn't that the first closest step you can take? Your choice of how to dealing with it is the first step that you took.
Yeah.
So you still took the first closest action to deal with that negative feeling.
But not allowing my reaction to compound the problem.
I didn't say that the reaction had to be negative. I'm just saying that you had to take an action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta be aware of what happened, and then be okay or not okay with it. And some things I've learned just to not worry about, not think as badly about what they're doing either.
Again, it's not ignoring it and not sitting aside. It's to make a choice to deal with it with the first closest action you can take. Right. So to say that, you know what, I'm gonna hold this back, and 30 minutes late, like this after 4:30, I'm gonna vent like crazy. That's not gonna help.
That's called cognitive dissonance, and you don't want that.
That's why I say that's bullshit. You cannot.
Fake it till you make it kind of thing. You can't be doing that.
You can't be saving it until this afternoon and say 4:30 to 5. I'm gonna vent like crazy. I'm gonna start worrying about it at that time. I'm gonna start, crying in the corner for 30 minutes and come back a brand new person. That doesn't work.
Man, I mean, I don't know. Because, I feel like in the situations, depending on the situation, it can make things worse.
I actually think that will make things worse if you save it for 30 minutes, because you're putting all the emotion at 30 minute. It's actually gonna escalate a lot faster. It's like having somebody.
Like I said, depending on the situation.
No, think of it this way: having somebody give you work every 10 minutes versus somebody give you a pile of this much work, boom, and tell you to finish it in 30 minutes.
I don't know, because I feel like, let's just say you're in your car, someone comes up to you, you have a gun in your fucking glove box. You react, you're gonna fucking shoot this motherfucker because he's pointing a gun at you.
Again, you're saying the negative way. I'm saying the first actionable action, closest actionable action. All right. It doesn't have to be I'm gonna freaking shoot in the head. It could be, the first action is to work out the issue. It's just like, hey, what's going on? You know, why are you coming here? You know, communicating could be an action.
Yeah.
Right? Do something about it. Not just like somebody come up and you have a gun in your glove box, they scream at you, you just look at them. And they go, all right, I'm not gonna worry about it right now. You're talking to me, I'm gonna deal with it 30 minutes later. Can you come back in 30 minutes? And I'll deal with you. That's what the doctor is saying. Just be totally feelingless for all day and then save all those feeling for 30 minutes in a day.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
mean,
It doesn't work
yeah.
that way. It doesn't work that way. We all have emotion. We all have things. But then able to do something about it changes it, right? Instead of like, you know, your action could be, like I say, somebody confronts you. You can say, you know what, I don't really feel like to talk about it right now. You know, but we can work this out. That's an action you took. You schedule sometime later to work on it, right? Versus, I can talk to you right now. It's not 4:30. I'm gonna worry about all my worry at 4:30. Come back and talk to me at 4:30. Right? It wouldn't be that.
The point is, you can't set time aside to stress about something.
Yeah. If you're gonna stress about it, take that immediate time to get something out of that, so that you have done something about it, that you can deal with it later. It doesn't have to be a solution. It has to be an action.
Right.
Right? You just say, okay, I can deal with this right now. I would like to deal with this afterward. Can I have your phone number? I can give you a call and can resolve this outside of insurance or something like that. That's an action, right? That is a scheduled action that I will deal with it later. Not, I'm not gonna deal with this right now. I'll worry about it at 4:30.
But
So that's the difference. That's the difference. First actionable step. All right, closest action. Closest. It doesn't have to be a negative thing. You if you think of it like it's gonna be negative, I'm gonna deal with it right now. Only now. I'm gonna vent about it. I'm gonna scream. That's a negative choice. Sure, it's still action. Yeah, it will get your stress out a little bit. But you can also organize it and say, all right, this is what I can do right now, and I'm gonna action on what I can do. Right? The action is a choice, right? Whatever you want to do to resolve that is in a choice. But you have to do it. Like if you let's say Albert, you're arguing with somebody, like hardcore arguing. We're talking about like you're about to punch each other in the face arguing.
right.
Okay? And then you just let the guy yell at you. All right? You close your emotion. You don't even talk back. You just like, okay, yeah, okay. And then you just don't say anything back. The guy's yelling at you, he didn't do anything, and then you just move on your day. Your whole day is gonna be negative. You might forget about it afterward, but your body already dealt with that stress. And that stress built. Right? So day 1, this happened. Day 2, if this repeats, it's gonna feel the same way. Right?
Right.
You didn't do anything. You didn't talk back. You didn't, okay, all right. And then a week later, you will actually explode because those build up emotions.
Yeah.
Because you didn't do anything. You let it build. You said, I don't want to deal with it. But that emotion will build. Had you confront it and say, you know what, we can schedule time to talk about this. I really, I don't think anything we can resolve right now. That's your closest step, right? To negotiate. When you negotiate it, you feel a little bit better. You might not explode the next day. Right.
I see what you mean there, because that's how I usually deal with stress. I just deal with it, and then later on I explode.
Yeah. So that's how your body builds stress, by ignoring it. You ignored it, but the situation is still there. And the next time when you meet the same situation, it's gonna stack upon that. You're like, oh, there we go again. The third time, there we go again. And then finally you can say, I had enough of this shit, and then you explode. Because you didn't deal with that problem. You didn't schedule or an action onto that problem. There's no end to that solution. So because there's no end, you build until you end it. So yeah, and that's actually what they taught in psychology. When I was in school, we took psychology. And the number can't forget which number skill thing that they're talking about is that you don't know when you're stressed. Because your body is actually very resilient. You will deal with it. Your body will deal with it. You'll take it in whatever it is, right? just like a runner can continue to run even though the body is sore, is tired, is pain, right? Mental will actually carry through, and you know, and then after you finish running, you complete your task, you go back to think about it. It's like, hey, it's actually not that bad. Until the next time you do it, right? So
Martine, man, that one snuck up on me one time, man. That cigar did.
This one?
Yeah.
That's a good cigar, though. That is actually not bad cigar.
It's the first time I've ever had it. It's pretty good.
I don't know if I didn't like eat enough or what, but yeah.
So yeah, I think that, you know, in terms of stress, in terms of you know, Martin, you definitely might have some stress, because I rarely see you angry, even though somebody have, like, you know, I think of it this way: every time you're recording something, a freaking guy just have to have a lawn blower, you know, a leaf blower right next to you. That kind of builds stress. You're like, oh, fuck that again.
I don't know, man. I think Martine, I think what he does is because he can choose when to hit record, right? And I think he waits for the guy to come around. Little drama queen there, king, whatever.
Mm-hmm. No, I was just hit the record button as soon as I set up.
Steve?
I'll tell you what, man. We record announcements in my room.
What's going on, Steve?
And never fails, man. As soon as we record, some kids got to get picked up in the front office, man. Like, man, so we got to you got to stop, do it again. It's all right. I mean, it's just time, but yeah.
Yeah, I would say, yeah. I mean, just start to learn that, you know, always confront a stress or a problem with the closest, easiest way of action. Then deal with it later, and make sure you do deal with it. Because if you don't, it's gonna last forever, right? If you deal with it, you confront it. And when I say confront it, I'm not saying to fight it. I'm just saying to do something about it. You know, just don't. It's like a kid that goes to school, get punched every day. He be able to ignore that every day, but you know that problem builds.
But there is something to get. There is something to just choosing not to let it bother you. There is something to that.
Well, yeah, but then like I say,
a lot of value in that, actually.
But like I say, like if you're the kid that goes to school, have everybody punching you. But then you can choose not let it bother you. But does that save you from your stress? No, it doesn't. You can let it not bother you.
The scenario obviously, you know, trumps whatever we're talking about here. But there are some things where you can get worked up over it when you can also just get over it and move on and not let it bother.
That's one of the things. Anger, right? Anger is to be dealt with, not you know. So like I say, venting helps, right?
Yeah.
Venting helps. Talk to someone helps, right? And usually that is a good step to take if someone has done something that bothers you. If you have anger, I'm not saying that you should release the anger and punch the guy back right away, right? But vent it first. Have another person see your situation, and they might come up with a better idea than you do.
Yeah, but what I'm also saying is forgiving somebody is a valid way of dealing with it.
Forgive is actually a very powerful thing, and it's very hard to do, and not everybody can do. And forgive takes time. Forgiving takes time.
Yeah, it's personal. Everybody has to deal with that in their own way, but
yeah, and that's different though. That's different. That's not stress. I mean, that's more like grief and vengeance. That's not stress.
That's what?
That's more of grieving and vengeance.
Oh, okay. Well,
right. Stress is an issue that you could deal with, but you don't. You choose to not, and that hurts, right? Yeah. You're constantly thinking of a problem that you have chosen to ignore. Is causing stress. All right. So when it comes to stress, when it comes to problem, closest actionable action to do. Deal with that first. Set time, set whatever to deal with it. Schedule it so that you have a solution ahead and an ending on site. That's what's gonna ease your stress. If you just say, I'm not gonna deal with it today, I'm dealing with it later, the word later is gonna build. Right? Because there's hours later. There's hours later, right? So for example, if I can't buy a flight ticket today, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try again tomorrow at the same time, see if I can deal with it, right? But now I have taken action to schedule tomorrow. I'm gonna deal with that at this time, and I have a plan to deal with that. Now, you know what? All my problem, I'm gonna deal at the 4:30. I'm gonna go to corner and cry and scream at the wall. I'm gonna go out and be a Karen for 30 minutes. That isn't gonna help.
No, you be a Darren, not Karen.
Right? And that wasn't gonna help. That's just make things worse, and that's gotta escalate. Right? The escalation is step one, right? Because the escalation is what gives you anger, what gives you vengeance, what gives you the thought of doing something bad. Right? Closest action to, you know. So when Martin said he doesn't have a lot of stress, you know, there are times that you just don't know you had it. For example, maybe you read a really nasty comment on your YouTube channel. You might be like, oh, whatever, fuck it, idiot. But when you say, oh, whatever, fuck it, idiot, that builds the negative thought, right? That is something that you just choose to ignore. But the next time you read it, you gotta remember the first time you read it and you didn't do anything about it, right?
Hey,
and that just builds from there.
Speaking of negative comment, have you seen that video of the ugliest girl in the world?
What is the ugliest girl in the world?
Look it up, man, on YouTube. It's called The Ugliest Girl in the World. And it's this girl that has a medical condition.
Oh, yeah.
And she didn't even realize she was out there, but somebody posted it or something. And she got all pissed about it and started responding and being whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But now she's doing TED Talks. She did a TED Talk about it and how she dealt with it and everything else. Pretty crazy.
Who dubbed this person the ugliest woman in the world?
Some asshole found a picture of her.
Shallow dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Out there.
Now, we need to understand this, okay? Beauty is dependent on the time and the social life that you are dealing with, right? Every country has a different way of dealing with beauty, right? What we thought as pretty Asian might not be a pretty Asian, in another world, right? Another country, right? What we thought was pretty back in 1920s or 1810 is not the same as pretty today, right?
Right.
So when somebody say that's the ugliest girl, well, it might not be true. It might not be true, and nobody should ever say that. Really, I mean, just like, you know, well, she's not my style. She's not my type. That's normal.
Some jerky kid did it and posted it, and anyway, so and she had never gone to school until like later on, you know, like later on in her elementary school days, because she was kind of shielded from it.
Mm-hmm.
And so she wound up going to school, and kids learn to react to her and all that kind of thing. And then she wound up on this YouTube video.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, her TED Talk, she goes through the whole story. Pretty cool TED Talk. Pretty cool.
That's a good way to confront it. I mean, that's a step to confront, right?
She dealt with it for sure.
Yeah, because if she didn't, she just ignored and let the whole world talking to her like that and just say, "Hey, you're ugly," then yeah, I mean, that's gotta be negative. Can you imagine she only saved 30 minutes to worry about that a day? She'll probably not be alive today.
Yeah, she said she went out and like responded to everybody, and she, that's like trying to spit in the ocean, really. So,
yeah. But at the same time, you gotta understand,
how
we look, it's not up to us to decide. We're born this way, right? You know, when somebody say you're ugly, well, I don't get to decide that. If I had a choice, maybe I'll choose a different eyes. Maybe I'll choose a different hair. You know, bald people will be like, hey,
But what's interesting about that story is the way she reacted to everybody in the very beginning was pretty ugly. I mean, it really brought out a very negative side of her, right?
Yeah, anger, vengeance are ugly.
Yeah. And so when she realized not to worry about that, not to let that get to her, it produced a really positive response, and she was actually able to reach a lot of people probably because of it. So.
Yeah, here's the thing. That's confronted properly, right? Confronted properly. But it will still take time. I mean, it's part of the emotion cycle, right? You got to get angry first. You got to have a place to vent. You're not going to feel happy about it, right? How you vent is the question. How do you vent, right? Everybody has to have a way of venting. Some people, go to a batting cage and start beating balls, right? So that's a good way to vent, right? Some people go play golf. Some people do sports. Some people play some video game. Some people just go, crush some, cans at the recycle place. Different way to. But then there is a cycle, right? There's anger. There is venting involved. There is confront. and there is acceptance, right? So there's multiple stages that you got to go through until you finally accept it. That is what it is, and now what's more constructive is the solution, right? So,
right.
Talking to someone can help stress and may help out with the solution. That's why I always talk about. Okay, everybody who's in the Legion, if you got a problem, find someone to talk to. Find someone. And I mean, here's the thing: if you can't find someone to talk to, message me. Oh, that's not good. Okay.
A lot of the times, the after shows are stress talks.
Right. So find someone to talk. If you cannot find anybody to talk, man, I'm on 24/7 on my messenger. There's not one time you cannot reach me. All right.
I'll tell you what, man. There's nothing like having a problem, right? You think you don't think necessarily you're alone, but it's stressing you out. And then you talk to a couple people, they say, join the fucking club, man. And they have ideas that's happened to them and stuff like that. It's kind of funny how it works like that. It really kind of shrinks your problem down a little bit. I mean, obviously it's a problem, so I'm not saying it's not big, but it does help kind of put it in a different perspective when you know people have dealt with it or are in the middle of dealing with it, right? And so you do get ideas. So that's pretty good comment there.
I can tell you what people can expect when they talk to me. Okay, when they talk to me, I put myself into the same situation. You might get some unsolicited solutions. You don't have to take it, but you can use that as a way of finding your own solution. When you have a solution, stress goes down very, very quickly, right? Something sounds so important. All of a sudden, so okay, I can deal with that. I can set time for that. I can actually have a plan, right? Having a plan will make things a lot better. Okay, so talk to someone, because there are people that's like for example, okay, there are people that owes a lot of money, right? They might owe some cartel money, whatever, and there's like the only solution is for me to die, right? Those people, once they talk to someone, they realize it isn't that bad. There's always a solution, okay? There is the only thing that don't have a solution. It might be a terminal disease, okay? That there's no solution, okay?
Right.
But everything else. And this is always what my a wise man once told me this, okay? And I always take it to heart. Anything that can be resolved by money is not money. It's not a problem. Anything that cannot be resolved by money, now you have a problem, right? And this is not telling you that you must have money. You need to be wealthy. No, this tells you that everything has a solution somewhere. Right, and if you can buy it, you can do it. You especially with money, you can work your way there. Eventually, it'll get resolved, right? So anything with you can solve with money. It's not a problem. For example, death you can't solve with money. That's a problem.
Greg say he plays drums.
Beating something, destroy something. Human has a tendency to want to destroy something.
When I play drums, I cause stress for people. I'm just saying.
But that's their stress to deal with. That's their stress to deal with, right? So when you have a stress, you can go to chat room and say, I'm really stressed out. I need somebody. And I'm pretty sure one member or another will be able. If not, I will try.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So
go
there, light up a cigar, talk to someone. Okay? Don't run away from your problem. That, can you run away from the problem? The problem will eventually chase up to you. Confront your problem. Deal with your problem. And it will be a lot easier. Your life will be a lot easier. And talk to someone. 2 brains better than 1. 3 brains better than 1. Right? You'll eventually find a solution. Might not be immediate, but it's the better way forward. It's a better way forward. And that's what the group is for, right? When someone has a problem, we do our best to try to help. Right? So I will say, when you have a problem, when you're stressed, talk to someone about it. Right? Again, it might not be an immediate solution, but at least let you vent. And give you another side of point of view, right? Coin has 2 sides. Like sometimes you only see one side, and usually third person point of view is more clear than person that's in the situation, right?
That's one thing about nubs, man. Look at that.
Yeah, we're at 1 hour 7 minutes, and this cigar so far is still going. It's still going for me. 1 hour 7 minutes in. I think we can do 1 hour 15 minutes. Easy.
But the thing about a nub is that I tend to smoke it longer than I normally do.
What do you mean?
Like I'll go further down than I normally do on
It might be because it's the wider gauge that it burns slower, it moves slower, so you can actually get it closer. Yeah. But yeah, that I think that's the suggestion I want to give to the people that's viewing today is to confront your problem, but not negatively. Obviously, I'm not saying that confront it negatively, right? Confront it by deal with it. Look at your problem in the face and say, I'm gonna deal with you, and then get some ideas, get some opinions. First opinion is not good, get second opinion. Second opinion not good, get third opinion. Eventually, you'll find a solution that's good enough for everybody to deal with their problem. Don't go all negative and deal with it the negative way. Some people might know what I mean. Don't go deal with the negative way. That's not resolving the problem. That's actually causing more problem. You might not have to deal with it, but at that point, you're causing problem for others.
You think Shelly would be proud of me, man?
She'll laugh at your face. No.
All right, I got a riddle for you, man.
Sure.
An opinion without 3.14 is an onion.
Without a pie? It's an onion. Okay. All right, I see that. All right. That's not really. That's not a riddle. That's a statement.
You still gotta think about it, man.
Opinion without
3.14 is an onion.
Yeah, without a pie. Pie
Right.
is an onion. Okay, that's not a riddle. That's a statement. Come
on. You still gotta think about it.
I had to think about it. I was like, oh, I get it.
Yeah, that's a statement. That's like Confucius says. Opinion without a 3.1 more is onion. Confucius say so. Nothing better than wearing a headphone and play some good 80s hair metal songs and escape for a little while. Yeah, escapism does help to go to a peaceful place. But again, it's a way to deal with that anger, but then you still have to allow to deal with that issue, right? If you're not, the moment you take it off, the problem is still there, right? Don't run away from your problem. Deal with the problem. Find a solution. Negotiate.
Yeah, I think it's good that we let everybody in the Legion know that there's always somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know it might be a little late for something, but yeah, I feel like if you are ever going through stress, there's always somebody in the Legion that you can talk to.
Yeah. And a lot of time, that's what we chat about in the after show. We vent. We vent about everything, right?
Everything.
So it's healthy. It's good. You need to let it out. Don't hold it in. That's why they say like the guy that never gets angry, that never fights anybody is the scary people. Those are the murderers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are scary people.
Yeah.
Especially if they keep a little booklet.
They hold a book. I always have a notebook on them, right? It's like, what's the name?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't hold this negative energy in you. Just vent it somewhere. I think we're Shadow Smoke's Legion is a really good group. Everybody is willing to listen. So lending an ear is free. So everybody will lend you one. It definitely something to keep in mind. Nothing is that bad in the world unless it's something money cannot resolve. And I'm telling you, everything is not that bad if money can resolve, and it's true. Like even war can be resolved with money. Okay, so
my favorite saying is bad is never good until something worse comes along.
True. I mean, comparison. That's true. I would say that's true. Bad is never good until something. There's always something bad. There's always something worse. How's that? There is always something worse.
That is true.
There's something worse than death. So, you don't believe me? Try to get captured by Taliban and let me know what's worse than death.
Oh yeah.
Right. So there was always a way. Okay. When there's a will, there's a way. Confucius didn't say that, but it is true. right? So, wow, we're 10 minutes. What? 1 hour and 13 minutes in. We're still smoking this. We're still smoking this. So I would say nub is money worthy, right? At $4 or $5, you get an hour and a half. That's technically a robusto smoking size. It's not bad. It's pretty good. And in a way, it kind of gives you guilt free because you feel like you only smoked 2/3 of a cigar. So after this, you can have another one.
I mean, in reality, if you buy a 660, shit, man.
You mean an inch?
Yeah, pretty much, right? I think an inch is 5 inches, right?
I don't know. But it's 64, so even if it's 564, it's still.
Yeah, it's a 62, typically. An inch is 62.
Yeah, 62 ring gauge.
Yeah, so that's still quite big. That's still long.
Yeah, I always keep nubs in my humidor.
Yeah. Knob is, again, like when I smoke in the beginning, I have a lot of those. And I feel like that's just shorter cigars to smoke easier, but it's not. It's not. As you do these tests and time it, you realize that.
Honestly, man, I don't smoke a lot of 60 ring gauges anymore, man. This is why I still have them.
Congratulations. Sorry to cut you off, but congratulations.
Congratulations, Greg.
Engaged for 10 years.
Yeah.
Very cool, man.
Very cool. Now you have signed your life away.
I mean, hell, I pretty much did everything backwards. I was engaged for, 7 years? And then finally tied the knot.
How's that backward?
Well, we had all the kids first, and then we got married.
That's not backwards. That's not backwards. A lot of people have kids before they get married. I know my uncle did. The wife was pregnant, almost getting birth before they got married. So, but congratulations. I mean, kids shouldn't be a determination of marriage. To be really honest with you, kids is just procreation, right? So it has nothing to do with two people want to stay together. The word marriage is actually a legal concept, right? If two people want to stay together and never get married, it doesn't change anything. It's just tax different. Tax is different. That's it, right? So marriage is a way to have the government be your witness that you are together. Everything else is not. It doesn't change, right? Two people want to be together. What changes? What changes? And even if you didn't get married, what stops a person say that's my husband or that's my wife, right? So it's very typical for Asians. Before we get married, we're just dating. We would just call each other husband and wife. Hey hubby. Hey wifey. That's my wifey. Kind of thing. So yeah. Albert's like, what did I hear? It's very normal. It's very normal. And then once you register, it's registered. So it's just registering. Have someone prove that you are together. That's the only difference in it. Val says now Greg's stress begins.
Yeah. So now Greg needs to start getting on these lives with us, so you can join us on the after show.
Well, first you have to deal with the most stressful party of your life. Right? Most stressful party of your life. If you don't think so, you gotta spend months to deal with it. So it's the most stressful party of your life. And remember this, okay? It's your party. It's your wife's wedding. So whatever she says goes. It will make your life so much easier. If she says it, okay, that's fine. Yeah, because it's only gonna last one day, and my recommendation is don't spend too much money on it because it's just one day.
Yeah.
Right. Average marriage cost in Massachusetts is $35,000. Right? And I spend almost $200. So that tells you, I know, don't spend that much money on it. I could have bought a GTR or two.
Yeah. We only spent $5,000 at my wedding.
Yeah. Different states are different, but whatever makes her happy, you do it. And that's
we just wanted a small wedding.
Because I can tell you, what happened is if you don't do what she say, 10 years later or 5 years later or maybe 1 year later, she's gonna see another wedding. She's gonna blame you for not doing it.
Yep.
Yeah. Every wedding. If you want the last word, you can have the last word. Yes, dear.
Right. And, I mean, I spend the $14,000 on my wife's wedding dress. She still watch Say Yes to the Dress, and she still complains about it. Okay, she's still, we should have do this. Like, no, we shouldn't. Okay, elope doesn't mean anything though. Like back in the day, it does because you need like the blessing of your parents, stuff like that. But elope nowadays doesn't mean anything. World is so small, you can go anywhere, right? Elope nowadays doesn't mean anything. That just means I'm gonna get married in Las Vegas, really.
I'm done.
You're done?
I'm done.
You can still go a little bit. I'm still gonna go a little
I
bit.
can, but I don't want to. So.
I'm gonna get as long as this can. I mean, for science. I'm gonna go as long as I can for this one until my fingers start to hurt. Like.
So what was that? What was that for science thing that you
What?
got from Cigars Daily?
Say that again.
Didn't you get something from Cigars Daily with that jar?
Oh, then we say we gotta get a block of wood and soak it in whiskey.
Oh,
And then put it into a jar. So I need a jar.
Okay.
Right? So I went to get a jar. Right? So I say I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna get a block of wood, soak it in whiskey, and put a cigar in there. And that's what those these Grand Habanos are for. So I have 5. What I will do is I'm gonna send it to a few members, and then we can all test it out together once it's done. Long-term science project, right?
Okay, that'll work.
It's getting really hot, but hey, whatever.
That's where I got into. It's like I don't have a pick, so.
Oh yeah, I have picked somewhere. Here we go.
All right, Jason. Have a good night. Thank you.
All right, Jason. Have a good night.
Take care, Jason. So, how many days in the wake up we got left, man?
20 days.
Really? Damn. Seems like a lot less.
Well, it's this week, next week, and the week after, right? So it's the half of the last week. So it's the half of the third week. So it's coming. It's happening. Don't hurt yourself, people. Yeah. Wait until after the party, then go hurt yourself.
Oh man.
Whiskey in a jar, good tune to drum to. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the party. Every day I'm thinking about the party. I'm thinking about what we can do and when we visit shops and stuff like that. Like I'm like planning ahead. How much money should I spend on each shop? Yada yada yada.
Yeah,
I'll be a lot of people getting their t-shirts.
Spending money. I'll probably be spending money at Embargo.
So, well, Embargo is not on my list because I wasn't planning to go there. So we'll see. But I'm more worried about what I'm gonna eat. What we gotta eat.
Yeah.
You're worried. I'm worried. Shit.
Why are you worried?
Those are the shit you bring, man.
That's just like that's gonna help you empty your stomach so you get to eat something.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. But I'm only gonna worry 30 minutes a day on that.
Do that and let me know if it works. Do that and let me know if that works.
All right, I'll do that. Fair enough.
Right. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I already sent out everybody who have that's not going to the event have a swipe pack. I already sent it out. All right, just have to wait to get it. Everybody who's going to the event, you'll get your ID there. You'll get your swipe pack there. You'll actually get your swipe pack and then some because I keep making stuff for that.
So
event.
Tony, man, we need to get a cardboard cutout of James and like. Print off
so that he's there.
So
I'm actually really upset about it though.
I am too, man. I am too. I almost didn't want to joke about it. I mean, shit.
Yeah, I'm actually very upset about that. I my wife talked about it. I talked about it. I went to my wife about it. I was like, what the fuck, man? This country is you know, I wasn't happy about it because I really want to see everybody there, you know, and of all the time, you know, the hardest person that you meet, like that, you know, at this point will be James and Jeff. So
Yeah.
I already settled to do just one, and now I gotta get none. So,
Yeah, I know, man.
But yeah, like I said, the Texas one will happen. Just win.
Oh yeah.
I will definitely go, and especially
Dude,
now
I have
Texas.
a couple cigars we were going to smoke together.
Hmm?
I have a couple cigars we were going to smoke together. That.
Yeah. So, yeah, plan for the Texas one. Right now, Texas is officially the most member of all states.
Yeah, buddy.
I don't think that's a good thing.
Yeah, buddy.
So we'll have a semi-planned event for 2022. Okay, semi-planned event for 2022. I'm not gonna make any more swag for any more of the events in the future because I think that's a mess. And yeah, a lot of people backed down on it, so I end up eating the cost. But so that's why I'm not doing that anymore. But yeah, next time we know, right? So, but
So we don't get a Lone Star coin.
right now the coin that's on the lineup is a TAO coin, and I'm gonna make a little guy cigar shop coin or little guy coin, and I'm gonna make an ash queen coin. And it's not just gonna be the logo they use. We're gonna make a new logo for them, which you guys will probably know how much it's gonna cost. So I can only do maybe one every 2 years or 1 year. But that's the plan. That's the next few sets of coin that we're gonna release. In lieu of our like anniversary coins. Okay, so we can only make one, so we had to choose which one. So the next year is gonna be the TAO coin. So if you're interested in holding a TAO coin, it's gonna be available. How it's gonna be purchased?
That's a badass coin, though, bro.
Yeah, right. You guys saw it, right? So now that with all the color removed, it actually looks pretty good. So, how we gotta disperse that, I don't know yet. I don't know if it's gonna be, hey, everybody, get yours, or we'll probably put a, I don't know, like a TAO sampler pack. It goes with the pack or something like that. I don't know. Whatever is easier to disperse those coins. You can get a Lone Star beer. Don't they have Lone Star beer?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, long neck.
Yeah, they do have those. So
They have a brand Lone Star beer.
So I know that's available, right?
So are we for sure? Well, I know it's going to be in Texas, but do we know what city it's going to be in? Dallas, San Antonio, Austin, Houston.
Whichever one that has an airport.
All of them.
Yeah, they all do.
Whichever one's the closest, I guess.
So, I mean, because I'm thinking, what would be a good representation of Texas for all the Legion members?
Isn't Dallas the biggest city?
Yeah, Dallas is one of the biggest cities, but it's not like a good representation of Texas. Like, I think San Antonio would be a good place to go too.
Let me take a look. San Antonio.
Because San Antonio has a lot of Texas culture. I mean, Fort Worth has the stockyards, so it's like really Texas feel. What else, Albert?
Let's just say which one has the biggest mall?
Houston is just, well, the biggest mall is in Houston, the Galleria. But there's not a lot in Houston. Houston's ghetto.
Come on. I need a place where my wife gets something to do. Right, that's pretty cool, actually, that place. And they had like a circle of the luggage. Is that San Antonio further from you guys, or Dallas further?
It's well, we live in Dallas, so I'm about 20 minutes away from Dallas.
About a 5-hour drive for us.
Oh, that's far. That's a long
San
drive.
Antonio's about 4 hours for me. It's not very far.
That's still a far drive. I mean, especially if I'm gonna go there for a couple of days, that's a far drive for people to stay.
Nah, that's just across the street.
4 hours? So every morning you gotta drive 4 hours to come hang out?
No, just get a hotel.
Yeah, you get a hotel.
In San Antonio.
Austin's about an hour drive from San Antonio.
Another 4 hours from San Antonio. Holy shit!
Well, yeah, Juan is south.
But it's closer. San Antonio would be closer than Dallas.
Oh, here's a question, okay? So people, aside from Albert and Martin, how many is willing to drive the few hours to San Antonio to be? Because I'm not gonna know where to go. So when I get
because we got Mark. We have our new member, Alan Coda. He's in McKinney, which is north of us. Juan Pardo, of course. Trying to think who all lives in Texas. Josh is in Dallas. Well, McKinney. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just think San Antonio would be a good place to meet, like somewhere near downtown San Antonio.
Although the cigar place right next to the Alamo sucks. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah, do they have a nice cigar lounge?
There's some assholes there.
Yeah, I heard San Antonio's cigar laws are pretty bad, so I don't know about that.
The cigar lounge, there's a bunch of assholes there, so
that kills it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
No, just that one lounge. I'm saying the one lounge.
Like if you go outside of San Antonio, the city.
Yeah, it's a tourist cigar lounge, man. So yeah.
So there are others.
There's a bunch of cigar sniffers going in there, man. That's the problem.
John Salas is in San Antonio too.
And I know that
you got Taylor. You got
Taylor's in
Josh.
Kyle List is moving to Texas.
Oh, okay.
So, and we have one member is moving to Hawaii.
Wow.
So Hawaii will have 2 members.
Yeah, because we got Bulla over there.
Yeah, I haven't seen Bulla for a while. I haven't talked to him for a while. Where's he? Where have he been? Jesus. So now I'm 1 hour and 30 minutes. 1 hour and 30 minutes. This is close to Toro now. Right? It's close to Toro. 1 hour and 45 minutes for Toro. It's closer to Toro. Wow. So yeah, I mean, we're gonna figure out where is the best. I mean, obviously, sounds like you cowboy have to do a recon to a road trip and report. Val, don't kid yourself. You know you gotta be there.
Yep.
I know Val's gonna be there if we plan it out. So, Val, don't kid yourself.
I mean, regardless, there's a lot. Okay, because it sounds like there's a lot of members in the DFW area. So, there's a lot of shit to do here in DFW anyway. So, I mean, I know it's gonna be further for Juan Pardo and John Salas, but there's a lot of shit to do up here. There's a lot of good lounges.
But in reality, man, if you're living in east side of Texas, East Central, you know, you're used to freaking driving. You've been to San Antonio if you're in Dallas. It ain't that big of a deal, bro.
Yeah. So wherever, we'll make it work.
He just win. When is the question, right?
Mm-hmm.
When is the question?
If y'all want, we can go down to South Padre Island, just have like a whole beachfront, smoke cigars on the beach.
Can you smoke cigar on the beach?
Hell yeah.
You can?
Hell yeah.
What they used to do back in the day, Tony.
We can't do it here. It's illegal to smoke in the beach.
That's because y'all are.
Let's see.
People.
Hey, if we get to smoke in the beach, hell yeah!
But see, South Padre Island is like the furthest south.
Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Tell me that it's gonna be closed.
It's like you look across and you see Mexico.
Ooh. But that's what I want to do. That would be nice. That would be cool. Like having like a beach hangout.
But they have like a really nice beach. That's one of my favorite beaches.
You guys play volleyball?
Well, what we can do is we can go during spring break.
No,
March?
Spring break would be crazy. Too many spring breakers.
Yeah.
That
I did
is
not
a
know
spring
you can
break
smoke
town.
in the beach.
I know that. That's why I said it, man.
Wow. Wow. If I told my wife that we're gonna hang out on the beach, she probably would go. She would just have to lay down and then do her sunbathe while we hang out.
But see, that'd be about a 12-hour drive for me.
Yeah, that would be crazy. That would be a little bit crazy. Is there any other beach around?
Galveston, but it sucks.
Is it?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean by sucks?
Oil.
Like the sand isn't very sandy.
Bullshit.
The sand is like dirt sand, like dirt mixed with sand.
And it's like a milky brown. The water is.
Yeah.
So you can't get into the water then, technically.
You can. It's just not very blue.
Like chocolate milk.
You're gonna bath in chocolate milk. And that might be good because of all the oil you get up, you're nicely lubricated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember that big oil spill that happened in Texas?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was in Galveston.
Didn't they clean it up already?
They did, but I mean, the sand is just, it doesn't look good.
Darn. South Padre Island is about 45-minute drive for me.
Yeah, see? South Padre Island, that's the one I'm talking about.
That's the one with the oil?
That's the one that I suggested. It's 12 hours from me.
That would be way too
long,
isn't
got a really nice beach. That's one of my favorite beaches.
Now the question is, how many people are willing to do that?
I mean, smoke on the beach, cigars. I would.
I mean, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool idea to hang out.
I don't think there are very many cigar lounges there.
We can
like
bring the cigars. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
We can bring the cigars. I drive 16 hours to Dallas, so that's not a problem. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if that's something we can do, that sounds pretty cool. Because I have not tried to smoke a cigar in the beach, and I think that would be a pretty relaxing, fun thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Can you barbecue there though?
I don't see why not.
Oh, of course.
That would be a pretty cool thing if we get to barbecue and then smoke and then hang out there.
Yeah.
Because bringing cigar is not gonna be a problem. We can stack the cigar and one other person just to drive it over. It's not a problem. So, but getting there is the problem. Is there an airport nearby?
I'm sure there is. Texas City has one, I think.
Well, how far is it from Texas City?
Texas City is, I think, 30 minutes away from South Padre Island.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Let me take a look. South.
Or Brownsville. Isn't there one in Brownsville? I'm sure there is.
Things to do in South Padre Island. It's an island. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, man, it's not 12 hours. Come on, bro. It's 8 hours.
8 hours from here?
Yeah.
That looks pretty awesome now that I click into their official island site.
Yeah, South Padre Island is badass.
It's not 12 hours, dude. No.
Yeah, things to do. Let's click on things to do. Okay. There is.
And Val's like, he's against the mosquitoes, isn't he?
There's mosquito in the beach? Come on, it's too hot.
Val's, he's all nervous about mosquitoes.
Blast Cloud Sky Service, Dolphin Watch, kiteboarding, fishing, sandcastle. I don't really care about those.
Just jellyfish, Val. They're fun
jellyfish hurts though. Jellyfish hurts more than mosquitoes.
They're fun to swim with.
They're not fun to swim with. Unless you want to get electrocuted and poisoned a little bit.
I remember taking a boat ride in South Padre Island, and we had dolphins just swimming right next to the boat. That was pretty cool.
Can we even rent a boat?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you could. There's a lot of shit to do there.
That might be a good choice. Let me bring that to the missus. That might be a good hangout. I mean, there's something to do, right? And there's horse riding on the beach. Horse riding at the beach.
And there you go. That's what she wanted to do. She wanted to ride a horse.
Well, she wanted to ride a ostrich. She wanted to ride an ostrich. Even though I don't recommend anybody try to ride an ostrich. Yeah, getting beat up by ostrich is not fun.
And depending who's on the beach, there's whale watching going on.
You know,
and
well,
there's a lot of
watching it,
shopping.
so
The spa, okay.
Martin, depending on who's on the beach, there's whale watching going on.
God.
I'm gonna ignore that comment. El Cubano Cigars in Texas City. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we could find cigar lounges. No big deal. And
Like I said, we can bring our own cigar too. But if we can smoke in the beach, that trumps this lounge. That trumps the lounge. Let me see. Stay. Place to stay. What kind of hotel did they have? Oh, okay.
Oh, they got nice hotels.
Beach house. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, they got.
Yeah, we're in a beach house, and then we can like hang out in the beach house.
Well, if we hang out in a beach house, my wife is gonna be in there. She would not allow anybody to smoke in there for sure.
No, there'll probably be no smoking, but you can smoke outside.
Right. Let's see. Drinkers Realtor Lounge. They all have a swimming pool somewhere. They all look okay.
Mm-hmm.
They all look like suites. They all look like houses.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I'll bring that to my wife. I think she will be okay with that more than just like Texas City, because this look more like tropical hangout.
Yeah.
That looks pretty good. That looks fun.
Mm-hmm.
That looks fun. We should okay. So all the Texas members should start thinking about that, because that looks pretty fun to me. I think that's something we can do.
Mm-hmm.
I will bring your own cigars. The only place to buy cigars at liquor store or smoke shops. But didn't Val just say there's an El Cubano Cigars in Texas City? Is that too far?
No, Texas City ain't far at all.
It's in Texas.
You got to go through Texas City to go to the island.
What we need to do is get Little Guy Cigar Shop to set up a little stand there. We just buy cigars. You know, have Michael just stand there at a cigar shop, and we just go buy cigars while he's there. I'm talking about the island. But couldn't we get on and off the island just to get cigars so we can hang out? I mean, if we're in the beach, I don't care if it's summer. That's the thing. If we're at the beach, summer is fine too. And we don't have to worry about other people, because we'll be smoking, so everybody will keep a good distance from us. We'll be like a chimney over there, so no one's gonna get close to us. We'll have our own spots. Right? I would think so.
Oh, wait. I got that mixed up. Texas City is near Galveston.
Oh, so it's not nearby?
No, Texas City is not near Galveston. So.
But I'm pretty sure we can bring enough cigars just to hang out. Unless you guys go in there just to buy cigars. That wouldn't make sense, right? But you can bring your own cigars there.
There's Harlingen. That's far. Oh, I think. Isn't that where Juan Pardo is? Harlingen?
I would think Juan knows best, right? At that point.
Yeah,
there's
Juan
a
knows best.
Mary out there.
Juan would know. Port Isabella's.
Yeah, Juan's the official host, man.
Yeah, Juan would be the host.
There's Koya Marriott, so we can stay there. That's fine.
The monkey is on Juan's back, if we're talking South Padre Island.
Embassy Suites.
You're welcome, Juan.
Juan is like, now I have to think twice. Oh, there's a Hilton there too. There's a Hilton there too. There's also a beach resort. Maybe we'll stay in a resort. There's more stuff for my wife. Yeah, I mean the island is not that big, is it?
Oh yeah, it's big. I mean, you can drive up and down that that main strip.
Tony, it's in Texas, man. It's big.
Everything's bigger in Texas. Closest lounge is in McAllen, which is an hour and 20 minutes from the island.
Yeah.
That's still not too bad. Hour 20 minutes to pick up cigars and come back.
You can tell that, Tony, you can tell when people aren't from Texas, and they always go, is it big?
No, I'm hoping to be like not bigger than, I don't know, Bermuda. Everywhere is within an hour.
Yeah, my bad. I didn't mean to bring up Texas City. That's on the opposite side.
So now the question is, where's the airport?
I don't know. I'm sure we can find one.
Oh, you got to fly in on one of those
Jet.
planes that lands on the water.
Tony can afford that.
Well, what about the rest of the people? South Padre Island Airport. Let's see. Airport.
Oh yeah,
there
that's
is one.
north. So yeah, it's north, and then you drive down into South Padre Island.
Brownsville, South Padre Island International Airport. So it's an international airport.
Yeah.
Okay. Airlines. All right, let's see. What is the flight code? What is the flight code? Code BRO. Okay. Their code is bro. BOS to BRO. Okay, let's see. A 6 hour and 15-minute flight. That's not that bad. Brownsville. Yeah, that's the one Juan talked about. Brownsville. It's a smaller airport. But if it gets there, it's not bad. It's $300 to get there. 6 hour flight. That's not bad. American Airlines with United. Yeah, JetBlue.
Check out Val, man.
Fantasy Island in Texas.
What's Fantasy Island, by the way?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Never heard of it.
Delta.
We don't know what that is, Val.
American Eagle. It's doable. I said, you know, that's something we can consider. Let's ask the Legion Texas members. And see
I think that would be a really relaxing time. Where I think Arizona is going to be busy because we're going to be wanting to go around everywhere. South Padre Island will be more of relaxing,
chill.
Yeah,
out.
I think so.
They'll have places
and that's
to
the thing,
eat,
like, you know, because it's the beach, I wouldn't care if it's the summertime.
Right.
Because you're at the beach. Doesn't matter. The temperatures are always the same. right? So
you got a nice breeze that comes through the beach. Yeah.
What TV show? What TV show, Val?
I don't know what TV show it is.
I don't either.
That's done. Okay, 1 hour and 45 minutes. 1 hour and 45 minutes officially. That's how long you can smoke the knob to the knob. You can bring your passport or driver's license and birth certificate and cross into Mexico for tacos for fake Cubans. Can you do that? Then you just walk over?
I'm sure you could. I mean, all you got to really have is your driver's license, and then just show them you're a U.S. citizen.
I don't even think you have to have that anymore.
Can you even walk into Mexico anymore? Is the question. With the
they come this way, so
they come this way for a different reason.
Val, I have no idea what you're talking about, Val. No idea, brother.
Hey, that sounds fun. That sounds fun. Yes, I walk over when I go. Oh, okay.
Okay. So let's plan for that.
Let's plan for that. And that's all walk over to Mexico. That's all walk over to Mexico.
Yep. We'll get some fake Cubans on the beach.
We all get to smoke fake Cubans together. Fake Cubans together. Yeah. We gotta choose. We're gonna make sure these are glass box, you know. Like, you know.
And bring them home. Like, look what I got from Mexico.
It's authentic. It's authentic.
Yeah, I got it for only $10.
Yep.
That sounds fun. That sounds something I would do.
I think I'm set on South Padre Island. I can do that.
I can do that. Albert can do that too, right?
Oh yeah, I can do that.
You guys want to do it during the summer, or what do you want to do?
Let's do that. Let's do around summertime. Yeah. September maybe.
Yeah, that way Albert is not in school time. You know, it's summer.
Well, so. September is school time.
August. Sure. So maybe August.
Early August. Early August. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's put out a post. Let's and let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Right. We got some time to plan it out. That's pretty good. That sounds pretty fun.
Yeah.
right? That's better than just visit the city. That's
We'll have no agenda. We'll just go smoke cigars on the beach, hang out at some little
do stupid
bars,
things.
and
Walk over to Texas. Walk over to Mexico.
walk over to Mexico.
It's hot regardless when you want to come. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It wouldn't matter if it's summer. The thing is that if it's summertime, everybody have time, right? So, Albert doesn't have to deal with school and all that stuff. So, honeymoon. Ray, you gotta do that as honeymoon,
There
really?
you go.
I don't know if that would be a good idea. It's like, hey, honey, I'm gonna go out and smoke. They're like, it's our honeymoon.
Spend the day with the guys and the afternoons with the wife.
Yeah, hey, and go out, hang out, and have some barbecue and stuff. I don't know. That sounds pretty fun. I would do that. That sounds fun.
Yep.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's
Let's
start
do
planning
it.
for that.
I think we've already made our minds up.
Yeah, we have to see how many people can go, right? Because I know I can go. Martin, you're going. Albert's going. Juan has no choice. Okay, Juan, you better show up.
Yeah, Juan has to show up.
And yeah, and Val can go, and we'll see who else can go. That sounds very fun. And think of this way, okay? It's like once in a lifetime kind of thing. How many chances do you have just other than Juan just smoke in the beach?
Right.
I don't know everybody else did it, but I didn't even know you can do that because we have no smoking in the beach. So that would be fun. That's like equivalent to say I get to smoke in the deck on a cruise. That's that kind of enjoyment. So
Shelly smokes on the beach.
Sherry is different. Sherry gets to smoke everywhere.
Yep.
Sherry gets to smoke everywhere and charge people parking when they're parking in front of their house.
That's right.
You see that post where she's like categorizing all the people?
No, I saw the post about someone park a truck right in front of her house.
No, like she's on the beach and she's like this guy who keeps, what is it, gawking at everybody, or what is it? They hover over people or something, and then she had another one where it's like, and now we got the people going out looking for all the metal detector people. It was funny.
I wonder if those people ever finds anything though.
I'm sure they'll find like watches and stuff.
Okay. All right.
Actually, somebody did. They found a class ring and got it back to the person. Yep.
It's healthy hobby. I mean, it's fun. It's fun. So.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, that goes there. So yeah, summary today. We tried the nub. It lasts at best for me 1 hour and 45 minutes. That's a time for a Toro. That's a Toro time. Okay. So I mean, you are getting your money worth if you're smoking the nub. That's a Toro time for $4 to $5. That's longer than average house blends or bundles, right? Average house blend bundles is about an hour 15 minutes. Even though Albert pretty much quit at hour and 10 15 minutes. So you could still get at least a Robusto out of your knob, right?
Right.
And then we also is planning for Texas next year, Texas 2022, at beach.
South Padre Island.
All right. So we need to start planning on that. We have not decided when. So we'll go and decide when. I think we should be able to kind of draw out about when by early next year. I think that's the best time to kind of figure out if we can do this, doable, and stuff like that. And what we need is for the members to respond to those posts for the Texas meet. You can still go if you're outside of Texas too. It's not like you can't.
Right.
You could. Right? And then we'll just find the time that's most convenient for pretty much everyone, or majority of the people. And then we will book that time. Yeah. I mean, that's what we'll do. Okay? So, yeah. 11:02. I'm not going to drag people down for later in the night so they can't work tomorrow. Yeah, people should work tomorrow. So, that's it for tonight. We'll talk to everybody.
We should do after show on the, what do you call it?
Discord?
Yeah.
Yeah. So those people want to chat about this can go to Discord, meet up over there, hang out. I don't know if I'm gonna be there for long, but I will just jump in for a little bit. Okay, so have a good night, everybody. For those people who's not joining us, I will see you guys on Saturday again. Keep on the counting down. We still have 20 days roughly, and I'll see you guys Saturday. Bye, guys.